Go ahead. Answer that question, Mama.
Okay, so social media is, of course, my favorite way to work my business. It's like my only way to work my business. So I've done it this way for my whole 7 years. And I still to this day do the same thing. We just do it at different times or do, different amounts. So things fluctuate on social media. But what you want to do is be yourself. So you're truly trying to make friends. So you're not really using your Facebook or whatever any differently than you would if you didn't have a business behind you. You just want to be yourself. I'm constantly myself on my Facebook. I'm sharing my family, my kids, what I love. So I'm posting on my Facebook the jeans I love, the makeup I love. I love Marshalls and TJ Maxx, and people know that about me. I talk about, my favorite coffee roasters that's here in town. Don't worry, I put my keto creamer in it. But that's a great way for me to market my business. So I talk about all the things I love, and It Works products just happen to be one of those things. My business, the business opportunity happens to be one of those things. And so I have really been able to build up a trust and a relationship with people that follow me, and they have tried my favorite jeans. They've tried my favorite highlighter, my favorite hairspray, like whatever. And that has built up that trust within us to where they're like, you know what, if I love all these other things she talks about, I'm probably going to love, her TFX or keto creamer too. And they already know that I'm not just posting about it to make a buck. Like I'm really posting about it because I love it, just like my shampoo or whatever. And so that's how you want to use your social media. Use it as your journal to the world platform. That's how I use it. So talk positivity, write down your gratitudes, all the same things that you do in your own journal. Or if you don't journal, maybe you should, and start it by using your Facebook. So I'm talking about my gratitudes, the things I'm thankful for, the things that we're planning to do, our hopes, our dreams, inspiring people, helping people get through a hard day. But within all of that, I'm mixing my It Works business in. So that's how you want to use your Facebook. And you want to make sure you're interacting on your social media too, because a lot of people are like, my posts are so good, but for some reason, nobody likes them. Well, that's because you're not putting in the work. You have to do the work. I mean, when I have conversations with people and they ask me about messaging, mass messaging, I don't mass message people, but I do get my enrollments because I have people come to me, and that's a true answer. But I have people come to me because, you guys, I put a lot of freaking time and effort into my social media. I'm on my Facebook at all times of the day. I'm commenting on other people's stuff. I'm looking for new friends. I'm interacting in groups. Like, I'm making sure that I'm being known on social media for me, for Bree, not just an It Works girl, but Bree, and I'm making friends. I'm making connections. I'm commenting like crazy so that my posts are seen. Because in order for you to be seen on your social media, you have to put in the work. You have to engage. You have to interact. So those are like the big things. So you do want to be talking about your products, your business opportunity, what you love, of course. And then, stories. You can use the stories on Instagram or Facebook, or I don't do Snapchat, but that's basically a story, like an Instagram story. So same thing. So in my story, it's going all day long. I think it's dead today, but so don't go look today. But normally, on a normal basis, I'm using my stories all day long. I'm posting about my coffee when I'm making it in the morning. I'm tagging my favorite coffee roasters in town in my post where I'm scooping my keto creamer and my chocolate greens in my cup of coffee, and I'm posting that in my story and tagging that location. I'm, showing videos of me going to pick up my kids, or us at the bus stop, or, me at the store, or me making a recipe, me using my Instant Pot, whatever it is. But you want to be yourself through your story, and then add all those goodies in there. So before and afters, products, but you just have to do it, you guys. I just did a live video yesterday about, if I had this opportunity to do this again and spend the $99 on a business kit over the $20 right now again, I would in a heartbeat. And I would post on my social media just like I do now. Some people feel like they can't use their social media because it's going to give them a different name or whatever. It's going to taint your name, or it's going to make, your followers think that you're doing something bad or something, but it's not, you guys. Social media is just another platform for you to work your business. And if you really think about this, and then we'll move on, but realtor friends, you got them? Yep. Yeah. Are they using their social media? Heck yeah. How about your hairdresser friends? Mine are posting every day about, I had a cancellation on this day, I need it filled. I have a time slot for a balayage on this day, need it filled. They're posting on their social media. You guys, everyone is. Boutique owners, same thing. There's so many different industries and businesses out there that use social media. We just tend to overlook it because it's not a MLM or network marketing. But be bold. Use your social media. That's what it's for. Start posting and interacting, and your business is going to grow on social media.
I love that so much. And the only thing that I'm going to add on there is I feel like it's so important to be uniquely yourself, to be you. And Bree, you have done that from the beginning. As a nursing mom of twin babies, it's just, we have to identify with who we are. So when you look at Bree's social media and you look at mine, you're going to see two different aspects because I'm obviously 10 years older than she is. And, and so I have a little different style. I don't have the little kids running around. It's just, you have to figure out what it is for you and do you really well. And I'm learning that at my age, and it's not like I'm old, but I'm telling you that it is a constant process of growth. And you have to be open to that in this business. Because if you're not, and you think you know it all, and you think you're doing it the right way, and you don't try anything else, then you're going to stagnate and your business will stop. And you don't want to do that. It's not just about your business, it's about yourself personally. But Bree, you're so good at that. So we can always talk about that moving forward as well. But I think for everyone, especially those that are new, get into your Connect app and watch that social media training and look at that social media, what do you call it? It's like a little catalog or something. It's just incredible training. And then you start implementing and following what other people do. This is so weird. Is it weird for you talking with these earbuds in? Yeah, it's very odd for me too. Okay, so I'm going to grab another couple of questions because they really tie in the same. One of the questions was, how can I make more money? And the other question was, what's the fastest way to get to ambassador? Okay, I like that. I like that somebody is thinking big because your potential is literally right in front of you. It's just how you think about the business that is going to hold you back. The steps to success is what I learned when I very first joined this business. And I am so proud and happy to tell you that that has been what has built my business for 7.5 years, remaining and growing as an ambassador diamond. And what is the steps to success? It's a combination of enrolling customers and distributors. And we do that every single month in our business. So to make more money, I want you to think about it in these terms. You can sign customers all day long, and I encourage that because that's the glue in our organization, right? Without customers, we have nothing. Distributors who aren't signing customers are nothing to their income, nor are they to ours as leaders, right? So I want you to just think about it in terms of duplication. So if you want to make $100, you can do that by enrolling several customers, or you can enroll a distributor, and that customer or that distributor becomes Fast Start qualified, and you make $100. Well, once that distributor starts duplicating your actions, as they're making their Fast Start bonuses and they're earning commissions off of their customers, you're getting a piece of that. So the fastest way to make money in this business is the art of duplication. So bring your customers in, get them started on these incredible products, be a product yourself, like Bree was talking about, of the products, fall in love with them, and then teach that duplication to distributors who join you. It's literally, that is your fastest map. We have maps for every rank in our company. They just got easier. So duplicate, pull out that steps to success sheet and make sure you hold yourself accountable to that. It's an 80 BV auto ship each month. It's finding 4 people. Think about that. 4 people in your network on social media or in your neighborhood or in your office place or at your kids' sports events. These people come from all aspects of your life. So 4 people per month that want to try one of your products, drop some weight, look and feel better. There's a variety of results-focused products that we carry, and we've got something for everybody. And then 3 people, again, in that whole big network that you have, tap into that. I promise you, there's 3 people every month that will join your business to make some extra money. Everybody could use that extra income. So to make more money, to become an ambassador diamond, is to get outside of whatever it is that holds you back from posting on your social media, for working your stories, for reaching out and asking people, hey, have I ever asked you to try one of my products? Hey, I'm working on getting this presentation down for my business. Would you mind if I practiced on you? It'll only take us like 5 minutes. Would you be willing to give me that time and offer some feedback? If we don't ask, the answer is always no, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So that's my advice. Bree, do you have anything else you'd want to add?
No, I think what you covered was good, but I will say too, because I have run into this lately, don't sell yourself short. So if you want to hit these bonuses and get the rank up bonuses and get to diamond and get to ruby, you guys don't sell yourself short. You need to stick to the rules. Like I will say that my mom and I, we have always been, what do we call ourselves, Mom? We're like by the bookers.
Yeah.
But if
Role
you
players.
yeah, if you have friends and family that want to try your product at your cost, you sign them up as a loyal customer. You don't sell them your product on hand at a discounted price. You don't do that. Like I don't hold inventory in my house. I don't do that. I have what I use for myself, but I have people that message me and they ask me for the product at my price, and the answer is always no, but in a very excited, peppy way. No, but let's get your order in. You're going to save 40%. It's a better deal anyway. The company ships it right to you. You're going to get your 90-day results, and you can try anything. Oh, and by the way, after your 3 orders, you can log in whenever you want to and still get the 40% off and try anything, like even a year from now. And they're like, what? And I'm like, I know, it's the best program ever. Done deal, sold. But you have to be a by the booker, you guys. Don't cheat the system. Same thing, with distributors. Right. Get them in the system, get them started, get them excited, just like you are. But that's how you're going to build your business. This business is built on adding distributors and adding BV. So you need to make sure that you're building a team. You will not see success in this business if you do not have a team that is growing right along with you. You can sign all the customers you want in the world, but you need a team. And you guys, it takes time. Mom, how many months did it take you to go ambassador?
Well, it was fast. 9 months. Yeah.
Okay.
How long did it take you?
So it took her 9 months. It took me 4 years, you guys. 4 years. It took me a lot longer. I could have compared myself to her and quit. She's my mom. My mom did it in 9 months. And here I was like 2 years later, like, I'm not there yet, but I know where I'm going. But you guys, I stayed with it. I kept doing what I was doing. I kept pushing. I found new people to come in, help new people find success. I'm still doing the same thing now, but that's how you get to the top. You have to know what your why is, what your goal is, how bad you want it, how hard you're willing to fight for it. You have to know that you are willing to get back up and continue up that mountain with other people. And that's how you're going to get to the top.
Oh my gosh, that's so good and so valid. And so I was just thinking of something and now it left me. That happens a lot, doesn't it? But there was something I was going to share that was important. Darn it. Oh, I know what it was. It was just simply this. If you've been on board for a couple years and maybe you haven't ranked at Ruby yet, maybe you haven't ranked at Diamond yet, and you're thinking, ambassador, yeah, right. Stop your thoughts right now, because frankly, when I joined for $2,000 a month, okay? $2,000 a month. I had no inclination that I was going to ever get to the top of this company when I first joined. I had a lot to learn in the process. Came in with a lot of experience, but I also had to learn a lot of things on that journey. So be patient with yourself. Make sure that you're holding yourself accountable to your actions and celebrate every single win. If it had taken me 10 years to get to ambassador in this company, I would still be celebrating like crazy, because who makes that kind of money? If it takes you 10 years, how many years in a regular job would it have taken you to get there? You can cut 40 freaking years down to 10 to make that kind of money. So, okay, Bree, what's another question you want to roll through here? We have a lot, so.
I know, we'll need a few more days. But another one that I really liked is, how do you keep from saying too much? Yeah. So I don't know if you want to go first or.
Go for it. You go.
Okay. So I really like this one, because I think that when you first come into this business, what do? You word vomit on everyone, because you're like, she made $1 million. I'm making $1 million. We're making $1 million. And your friends are like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, this is a scam. And you're like, but you just crushed my dreams, right? But you guys keep it so simple. Like, I have templates that I give to my team. Simplicity. They're like, that's all you say. I'm like, that's all I say. And they're like, here's my order. And I'm like, oh, okay. But keep it so simple, you guys. Like, I know you want to be like really excited for them and tell them all the amazing things that they're going to be able to do with their new life while they're using TFX, but just keep it really short and sweet. I mean, I'll ask them like what their goal is, and we go from there, but I'm like, okay, and I walk them through the steps, but I just tell them, so we can save you 40% off your order by signing you up for our wholesale program. So you're actually going to get the same distributor pricing that I get, but you don't even have to be a distributor. And they're like, what? Mind blown, but you break it down for them like that, and they really know how awesome our program is. But I just tell them, we're going to set you up for 90 days. So I tell them there's usually a $50 membership fee, but we're going to go ahead and waive that fee for you and set you up for 90 days so you get your best results. How does that sound? They're like, oh, good. Mm-hmm. I'm like, cool. And like, you can even break it down. I mean, March. So if they put in an order now, April, May, June. So you want to be smoking by June? Well, let's get you a 40% off and have you looking smoking by June. Like, it's easy. Like, think that you're talking to a friend. Don't go all overkill. I never tell customers about the perk points right away until they're already signed. And I'm like, oh, and by the way, did you know that you're going to earn 10% back on every order? And they're like, what? This just keeps getting better. I know. But you just keep it super, super simple, you guys. And be a friend through the process too. Like, you are working this business for yourself from your phone, and you want them to see the simplicity of that. It's like the same thing as hosting a wrap party. You want it to be duplicatable. You want to be duplicatable when you're signing that loyal customer, because when they love their results, you want them to be able to go, what she did was so easy and I could totally do that. But just keep it super simple. You're signing up a customer, you're getting them their product. That's all you're doing. So I mean, that's my advice when you're signing an LC. And I can even put like in the comments when we're done, I can paste in like what I use for my wording, but it's so simple. And my loyal customers always go and enroll themselves. It's like wham, bam, done deal.
Yeah, I love that. Simplicity is everything. That was a great explanation, Bree. As I'm looking here, and I know we're kind of watching the time here, as I look through some of these questions, like here's another one that I really would like to address, because this may be more than one person that's experiencing this, but it's that I work a very mentally demanding job, and I'm mentally drained when I get home most nights. What suggestions do you have to overcome that so that I can actually make this a source of income? Okay, so some of you know that I got to go and experience Tony Robbins in person in Los Angeles a week or two ago, and one of the things that, was so eye-opening to me, it was a big aha, was a presenter was up talking, and I can't remember if it was Tony or who it was, but it said, don't you always hear people always say, I wish there was more time in a day, right? I mean, whether it's a stay-at-home mom with her babies, or it's somebody who works a full-time job, some people that work multiple jobs, but it's like, oh, there's just never enough time, right? Again, that's a mindset thing. He said, and I think it was Joseph McClendon, who I turned some of you guys on to him on Instagram and Facebook, but I think it was he said, do you want more time in your day? Do you have goals that need to be achieved, but you can't figure out how to squeeze it into your day? He said, I'm going to give you some more time in your day. He said, get up 1 hour earlier or go to bed 1 hour later per day, and that gives you 30 more hours a month. What can you do with 30 more hours in a month? So whomever this was an anonymous question. First of all, make sure you're taking care of yourself and you're being a product of these products. Keto Energy is insane. If you're looking for that extra boost, utilize that in addition with some of our other products to get yourself in a healthier state of being so that you can expend a little extra energy, whether it's that extra hour at night or you're getting up early in the morning. Now, and some people might, whoever it is that had this question may think, well, I don't want to do that because I'm so tired. Well, let me tell you something. If you've ever followed Tony Robbins, and I think he's just the most incredible human being, but also a mentor and someone who has just literally transformed his life and so many others, he sleeps about 3.5 or 4 hours per day and has for years, because he creates his energy through his activity and through his goal setting and the things that he wants to accomplish. And I've personally been influenced by that. And whoever you are out there, if this is your question or if you're in this same boat, feel free to post on the team page and tag me, and I would love to share with you some ideas to generate some more energy. so that you can be like the Energizer Bunny and make time for that extra hour each day so that you can build your dream with this business. Bree, anything else you want to add to that?
That's so good. I think, if you have kids and they're a little bit older right now, do you ever think back and you're like, how the heck did I do that? Like, how did I ever survive that moment in my life? Yeah, I
Yeah.
I do the same thing. I mean, because with Bryn and Ben, I'm like, how did I ever get through that? Like, I don't know. I was exhausted. And I think back to Kylie, and I was 19 years old, and I went and got a job and went to school while I had this 3-month-old baby at home, and I'm like,
Yeah.
how did I do that? I don't ever want to do that again. Like, all these things. But you guys, at that time in my life, I needed that. I needed to provide for Kylie. I needed to put myself in school because I needed to provide as a single mom for my daughter. And then Bryn and Ben, you guys, when they were born, that's when I started at Works. They were 4 months old. I had 2 newborn babies that were 4 months old when I started this business. But I look back and I'm like, holy bananas, I was so freaking tired. But I also look back and I'm like, holy bananas, I built my business to double diamond when my newborn babies, they were 4 months old. Six months into my business, I went double diamond. But that's because I was determined to make that happen. That was my choice. So when I was a zombie mommy walking down the hallway, multiple times, you guys, like at least 4 times a night, when my babies were crying and they were hungry and they were waking up, you guys, I made it a choice to carry with me my phone in my hand. And I sat in the rocking chair. And even though it was the wee hours of the night, I had my phone and I was looking and I was scrolling my news feed and I was looking through there saying, what other moms are up right now at these weird hours of the night, feeling hopeless, feeling exhausted, just like me, but they could use something like I have. And so you have to think that way, and then put in the extra time. Like Mom just said, extra 30 hours a month. That's a lot of freaking time, you guys. If you put in that time now, think about 4 years from now or 2 years, whatever, when you can look back and say, holy smokes, like I did that. I don't know how I did that. I'm not sure if I would ever want to do that again, but look at my life today because of what I did back then. You just have to open your mindset and allow that to come into your life. Things don't come easy. The good things don't come easy, guys. Like when Mom promoted to ambassador, that did not come easy. Her own children, all 3 of her daughters came to her and we sat Ray down and we said, Ray, we need to have an intervention on Mom because this is nuts. Like we can't get a conversation in with her. She's glued to her phone. We didn't know what to do. It was weird. But you guys, the life that we got to experience, I feel like I'm going to cry. But
I know
that we got to experience with her in the months after that and all these years later, you guys, is amazing. For that short time that she put in so much work. After that, we get to look back and say, dang, Mom, you were crazy. We were crazy. But now you guys, her grandkids, our kids get to see her and Ray like every 6 weeks. And we live across the country from each other. That's not normal, you guys. That's not normal for her to be able to say, I'm going to book a flight today and just come out for Grandparents and Donuts Day or whatever. That's not normal. But she put in that hard freaking work all those years ago to experience this life that she's living today. So that's something you have to think of and you have to grab hold of it. Where's your dream board? Hang it on your wall. Put your goals on there. What are you going to look at and see or listen to every single day? Look at your own kids, you guys. Look at your kids and say, I want more time. Ooh. So are you willing to take that extra hour in the morning or at night to stay up and be lit and be hyped about what you have your hands on because of what your future looks like? You really have to look at that, you guys. Like I'm telling you, Mom and I are living proof of that, and you can have it.
It's so true, and I just am so I'm so grateful that you now forgive me because that was really a tough time. I sacrificed a lot when I was building this business, and I say that not to make you go, oh, wow, she sacrificed things, but I just want you guys who are watching here, if you want this business to work for you, be bold, be the badass that I know that you are, and freaking go to work and bust a move and piss off your kids. I pissed my kids off, but they forgive me today and they understand and they know that it was something that was for the greater good. Time heals all wounds. Your husband, your spouse, your significant other, just say, give me 3 months. And then at 3 months, you say, give me 3 more, when you're busting your butt and you're not being the best wife or the best housekeeper. You have to make those concessions. And I share that because I know the beauty of this business, but it does come with some sacrifices, and you just have to be prepared and ready to do that. I wanted to remind you, Bree, too, that as you were sharing your story about getting to Double Diamond and doing that, building that in the middle of the night from your phone and when you were breastfeeding those babies, I just think that's such a phenomenal story, and it's so unique to you, and we all have the ability to do that. But I remember when we celebrated Double Diamond and your business was at double, you had a diamond on your team, you had growing people that were going to be popping diamond at any time after that. And I remember you had never physically wrapped a person and you promoted to Double Diamond because you were back behind that phone working it when you were taking care of those babies, your 3 children. And I just think that's so phenomenal. That just goes to show that there are no excuses. Make new friends, network, become a better people person, work on that personal growth and push yourself to become who it is that maybe you don't feel like you are quite yet. Everything is possible here. You truly inspire me. I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you. You inspire me.
Let's see. Do we have time for one more? I don't know how long we've been on.
I don't know either. But in the comments, Ashlyn said hubby gets really mad at me, struggling with that. I just want to share like something that I'm going through right now. So for me, I was kind of in your shoes. Like my husband would get mad. He worked a lot. He worked overtime, while I was building in that first stage. And we had our babies and Kylie was 4. And I would be like, I'm going to go to these events, or I need to go get on this call, or I need to go sit in the car where it's quiet so I can be on this call. And you have the kids. And it wasn't really, pleasant for my husband. He didn't understand it. He saw my mom's success, but he still didn't understand it. And so, I just asked him for his grace, and I also got extremely irritated and was like, watch me, I'm going to prove you wrong. And so that was my main motivation, was I was going to prove him wrong. But you have to get fired up. But now here we are 7 years later, and we have had the opportunity where my husband has been able to go back to work. So he was home for 3.5 years. He's worked some jobs that haven't really like held him down or anything. And now he started a job over the last week, and he worked 6 days last week. So he worked a Saturday, and he's been working overtime, and he's been getting home, and we've been having dinner at 7. And guys, we normally have dinner at like 5. And so it's been an adjustment for us, but it's also been a great reflection for me to be able to look back on my journey and say, dang, like he was there for me. He did support me. He eventually came around, and he ended up leaving his job and really supporting me so I could work this business. And so where I'm at now is like, okay, I have to put my selfish needs aside, because he doesn't need to work a full-time job. He absolutely doesn't need to work overtime right now, but it's what he wants to do, and it's where his passion is. And it like makes me want to cry, but he comes home and he's so happy and he's so proud, and he can't wait to tell me like how bad his muscles ache, but it's his dream. And so now I'm like on the flip side of it, and I really get to support him. And even though selfishly I'm like, we could be doing so many other things on Saturday, but here you are, but I'm reminding myself of all the sacrifices that he made for me to achieve my dream. And so maybe have that conversation with your husband and be like, I've really supported you. If you're a stay-at-home mom, I've been a stay-at-home mom, and you've gone to your job, and I appreciate you so much. And if I could just have my time to shine, I would appreciate it, and pick out those things that he really loves. If he comes home and he raves about something, or he feels great, and you recognize those things, say that. I see how much you love going to work. Can you just see and hear me out how much I love this business? Or get him to an event, or do a live video and be like, did you see my excitement? Like, could you comment on that and cheer me on? But if you ask him and you have those open conversations, things are going to be a lot easier for you guys. Like, you guys, we have this one life, you have this one marriage, you have your kids, but we really have to work together. And I think my whole like vision on this has really changed just watching my husband grow right now and thinking back. And so try to have those conversations, because you all can both have your own dreams. They might just not happen at the same time, but if you can at least start and he can understand where you're going and what you want in this, and give him the goosebumps that you feel, or remind him of what gives him the goosebumps, I think maybe you guys will have a little easier transition than say I did back when I did this 7 years ago.
Oh my gosh, that's so incredibly powerful and so true. I think we should wrap it up. So we'll come back again and we'll just keep doing these like over a period of a few days and address all of these questions. But I want to add just one more thing, and that is, most of you on here are women. We do have some men that have taken a hold of this business or running. I know we have a soon-to-be new diamond in the company in this team page that's a man, but I want to kind of speak more directly to the women. When it comes to your partners and it comes to kind of working through this, it is a test, but there's never a testimony without a test, okay? So what I want you to do and make a priority for yourself, and your job is to transfer this to your spouse, is to not stay living in the present day, to not focus on what you have today, even what the dollar amount of your check is, and certainly not what was in the past, but instead, take some time through your vision board, through writing in your journal, through your own personal thought process to create the life and the vision that you want to see in your life in the next 2, 3, 5, 7, 10 years. That's where you want to keep your focus. And that's the vision that you also want to be able to transfer to your spouse. And so that he can understand that this little, gig that you have going on is really something so much more than that. And they can then understand what that long-term vision is for you, because when you have that vision and you feel it as if you're living in the home that you desire to have in your life in the next 2 to 5 years, when you feel it and you feel it in your soul, everything else is going to follow. It comes back to that why, the reason why you're doing this. And if you don't know what that is, it's going to be a struggle. But if you can create a clear vision, and you can transfer that vision to the people that are close to you, you're going to have them rallying you with incredible support. And I know that Brianna did that on her rise to, I remember on the shelves in your living room, you had the little like metal pot that you and the kids had written on, and it said, I am diamond, I am double, I am triple diamond. And the kids were cheering you on in that journey because they knew there were rewards that were going to come from that. So just know that, is it easy? No, heck no. If it was easy, everybody would do it and everybody would be where they want to be in this life. But it takes a special person who's willing to go and grow through the process and take the experiences that others have had, Bri and I being 2 examples here for you today, and implementing those to help you become stronger so that you can be your own testimony. There's nothing greater. Just do it. Just hunker down and be bold and brave. Bri, you're super awesome. Thanks for figuring out this whole live thing, because obviously that's not where my strength lies. and maybe not yours either, but I can't wait to see you in like, I don't know, a week or 2, whenever it is that I'm going to be there. So we'll come back and do this again, or you just pop on when you feel like it. You've got the questions too, and we'll just continue to answer. But thanks to those who have joined us, and we'll go ahead and I'm going to say goodbye now because I know Chloe and Natty are back home.
Hi.
Love y'all.